What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Joshua from Joshua FC, and these are my top 15 Premier League striker predictions for FIFA 21. Before we begin, smash the like button, subscribe down below, and feel free to check out my social media links in the description below as well at Joshua FC on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever it is. And yeah, let's begin. So we have Tammy Abraham, 15 goals in the season, was replaced by Giroud, in the midpoint. But I think he's gained a lot of experience since playing, and decided to give him +4. I think he more than necessarily deserves one. Just a little upgrade on pace, dribbling, just a more sharper striker in general than I guess like the year before, even though he still has a lot of midway to improve. Going on from there, we have Richarlison very close, almost ended up with Calvert-Lewin in, but I still felt that Richarlison got the edge just because of where he was at, in the previous FIFA. Richarlison, same pace, but more shooting, more passing, more dribbling, and physicality. This guy is a beast. Just looking at his stats here, he scored 13 goals, for Everton, and I think in this season with James Rodriguez and Alan behind him, Everton will be a more stable unit. And I can see him getting, having a better season as Everton tries to crack into the top 6, maybe top 4, I don't know. Going on from there, we have Rodrigo. Didn't score too much for Valencia in the previous season. Valencia had kind of a messy season, let's not kid ourselves there, but he did have a fair amount of assists at with 7, and I do think he will replace Bamford in Marcelo Bielsa's lineup for Leeds. So we've decided to go with one more dribbling, a little bit lesser shooting because his goals didn't really reflect that. I went for a downgrade on most things in particular, but I think his passing is still quite okay. Down in physicality as well, but he still remains in the top 15. Going on from there, we have Danny Ings. This is where I would put him personally, but I think EA will not be as kind as I am, I guess. He had 22 goals, which is just marvelous for Southampton side, and 2 assists. If life was fair, I guess this would be what it would be. 79 pace, 80 dribbling, 84 shooting. I know it's a crazy upgrade, so I think maybe 81 will be better, but come on, man, 22 goals. This guy outscored so many great strikers this season, +5 on the passing, the physicality as well. Not much else to say other than Ings does deserve to get this, in my opinion. Moving on from there, we have Gabriel Jesus. Jesus had a pretty good season when Aguero was out of the team. Managed to grab 14 goals and 7 assists. Personally, I'd put him just a little inch better, maybe the +3 shooting, +1 physicality, +1 passing. Seems pretty okay. Moving on from there, we have Olivier Giroud. Always liked the guy, always rated him. Just didn't think that he had the mobility to be a top class striker. But he does possess a lot of intelligence, a lot of good target man, hold up play. That's the reason that that's the reason that all Chelsea managers resort to using him in the end, because he's so dependable. He had 8 goals for Chelsea in 12 appearances, 6 substitutions. He was really good. Really liked him. I still think he has a lot to offer, but I think Timo Werner is definitely gonna, start at Chelsea next season. But I still think Giroud is capable of producing many, good moments in the Premier League this season. So we have Raul Jimenez, 17 goals. So plus, I've been pretty liberal of some of the shooting stats here, so I'll guess -2 or -1 will be good. The dribbling, I put it too high, maybe an 80. The physicality at 82, I'm comfortable with that. 77 passing, 79 pace, I mean, Jimenez has been a pretty effective striker, and now with Fabio Silva, maybe they'll play a two-striker formation with both of them. You know, Fabio Silva, of course, the FM legend, you know, costing a hefty $40 million. Could work together, both of them strong target mans. Yeah, could be a crazy team, you know, to deal with aerial and set piece wise. Yeah, kind of terrified of them now. Moving on from there, we have Anthony Martial, who's had, you know, a very, very good season, you know, having 17 goals and 31 appearances in United's most clicking season in a while. +1 pace, +3 shooting, +1 passing, +2 dribbling, and +2 physical. I think he's just been a bit more sharper, and he's still really young. You know, I think 23, 24. So, you know, future looks bright for Man United fans. Going on from there, we have Lacazette, which I downgraded a -1 and not -2, which he is an 84 in the squad update now. Yeah, pace-wise, he has decreased a little bit, shooting-wise as well, quite a bit. But sometimes he just shoots crazy well, like the Tottenham game, as well as the Liverpool. He scored one. I know he passed one to Reece Nelson anyways. I still think Lacazette still has a lot to offer, and this year, you know, he's played quite well in Arteta's round of games after the coronavirus break, so I don't think he'll be downgraded that heavily. He's not been like an Ozil, you know, type figure where he's been missing the entire season. He showed his difficulties with Unai Emery, but under Arteta, he's shown, you know, more than, you know, I still think he's leagues above Eddie Nketiah, and Nketiah can have better defensive pressing at times, you know, so. But still, I think Lacazette is a special player. If he leaves, I'll be pretty pissed. I think Aubameyang still deserves to be on the left wing. Moving on from there, we have Jamie Vardy, where he deserves to be after, you know, many seasons of scoring like 17, 18 plus goals, 20 goals. You know, for a Leicester side that is, you know, built around him, that is very, very good under Brendan Rodgers. Kind of fell away at the last part of the season. I really thought they would get top 4 actually. That's quite crazy that they didn't. Yeah, Jamie Vardy, what can I say? Premier League legend, finally getting the respect he deserves. You know, Aguero has been doing the same things he's been doing for a while. I know he's more limited technically, but he's still really good physical wise, shooting wise, pace wise. Maybe a little bit liberal to give him 86. I think he's an 85 stay would be cool too. Yeah, I just lost a little bit of pace, but Jamie Vardy, man, I think this is his actual squad update file right now, or rating right now. Moving on from there, we have Timo Werner, who will stay. I don't think he gets an 87. A little bit higher on shooting, maybe 85 will be fair. Nothing else to change. Timo Werner, effective hitman in the Bundesliga with 28 goals and 8 assists. Crazy, man. Only player I got more goals than him was Lewandowski, as Muller puts it, Lewandowski. So yeah, I don't see any evidence that he'll be a bad signing for Chelsea at all. You know, I do expect him to be competing for the top 5-6 places in the top scorers in the Premier League. So Chelsea are a scary team to deal with and comprehend next season. Moving on from there, we have Roberto Firmino. Sorry about that. Roberto Firmino, who's already in 88. He had 9 goals and 8 assists. In the previous year, like, you know, he's not that much of a striker. He's more of a center forward, very technical, holds on the ball well. Is so important to the Liverpool setup, man. The system. You know, still underrated in my opinion. Maybe he deserves a little bit more physicality and lesser dribbling. Yeah, Firmino, man, what a player. Harry Kane, of course, been watching the Tottenham game. You know, I mean the Tottenham Amazon Prime series, and the team really missed him a lot, and he wasn't the team, man. You know, it's quite crazy that Harry Kane's 27 as well. You know, my personal opinion as an Arsenal fan, I think he deserves to go somewhere that, you know, can win him trophies. Of course, Tottenham have made substantial progress from the club that they were, you know, previously. I think 2011, 2012. But I think a player as talented as Kane, I don't know why. I think Spurs are just not not okay with selling him. I think he would, he would walk into a Real Madrid side, I think he will walk into a lot of clubs, like maybe even Barcelona, yeah. Harry Kane, man. I think he stays, because even though he's had injury, he still had a very consistent season, maybe lesser pace. Same in shooting, maybe even more. Better physicality-wise, lesser dribbling. Much of these stats are derived from, I think, the latest FIFA update. I think I'll stick to this, Injury hasn't really improved him as a player at all. Following so, we have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who might be a left wing the next season, but I think he deserves to be a little bit itch over Harry Kane, just because Tottenham have been playing better than Arsenal the majority of the season, except for probably the last run of games. Aubameyang just carried the team crazily from like a left forward position, making the inside runs, darting in. 22 goals, 3 assists. It's quite crazy that has so many goals for the left winger position. So yeah, Aubameyang definitely deserves to be up there. Definitely deserves the upgrade as well. Lesser pace, but more shooting, a little bit more dribbling as well. His touch is very, very good for a striker. A bit more passing as well, and a bit more physical wise. Moving on from there, we have Sergio Aguero. He's had 16 goals in 18 starts, which is quite stupid, honestly. A little bit more pace, shooting is fine, maybe a bit more. The technical wise, the striker is just off the charts. Could have been a dream to see him play with Messi, but I guess we are where we are at. 2 physical wise, plus 1 passing. Yeah, this player is quite magnificent. I think he does deserve to be the striker position, unless there is, the top 1 position, unless there are other players that are coming in. So we end the video here. Yeah, there were a few other players that I left out, probably deserve to be in the honorable mentions, like Calvert-Lewin, Callum Wilson as well, just signed with Newcastle, I guess. They'll be very, very important players for the Premier League, and will definitely be putting be a bit of a hindrance to the big clubs in many of the games following ahead. Yeah, that's it. Subscribe, like right there, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.